Your adversities are your first objectives, not making money. That's where all of you mess up. That's what I had to discover, because I was trying to take every book that I could buy, every VCR tape. Some of you don't even know the hell that is. Everything that I was trying to, instill in me in terms of knowledge was failing me, because I was trying to take the buffet approach. I like what he said there. Let me use that. Oh, that makes sense to me right there. Let me take that. Not listening to money management, not listening to how to prevent drawdown. They all say it's going to happen. Just accept it. But nobody came up with a plan on how to alleviate the impact of it and correctly mitigate it. Grow it back. So my other barrier was, in my infancy, I didn't know what I was doing. I overcame the fear of getting into a trade by having 4 or 5 things that in the beginning, the first couple of years, I had 4 or 5 ways of getting into a trade. They're obsolete. It's not even worth mentioning what they are, but I've already taught them in older tutorials, just using the swing lows and swing highs after 3 candles on a low, where it has a 1 candle, any time frame. We'll just use it as a daily chart for the sake of discussion here. If you're looking at a market, any market, I don't give a shit what it is. If you have yesterday's low, and then today's low is lower, and then tomorrow's low is higher than yesterday. In other words, there's 3 days now. There's a low with a higher low on both sides. That's a swing low. When I see that, and I'm expecting price to go higher, and if it's a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, the next day, you have a 70% chance that you're going to get something that is extremely bullish in the morning session. If you use something like a bullish breaker, the first down close candle after an impulse run, it comes back and touches that again, that's a good order block. The first fair value gap that forms after that in the morning session, if you use that, you can be long there. And if you just did that, you have a 70% strike rate there. But you're not going to wait for that setup. It's not every week. So you abandon it. So there's ways to take the things I've taught you, and there's criteria in the marketplace where it fits. Oh yeah, boom, there it is. What most of you are not understanding is I have 81 ways to get into a trade, but those 81 ways can be used dozens of ways in and of themselves, which is why you see critics and assholes out there that are jealous. They'll say, this guy's got an excuse for everything he's getting into. You're fucking right, I do. Because this is PhD level shit. It's technical science. We're not talking about retail technical analysis. I needed to know every fucking thing. I needed to know that because I obsessively worried about it. I don't obsess about nothing about worrisome things in the marketplace. I know when I shouldn't touch it, and I know when I should be all over that shit. Touchy-feely, like white on rice. Up close and personal, intimate, lover-like. Okay? That type of thing comes by obsession that later became passion. I was not passionate in the beginning. I was obsessive. I needed to do these things to make myself comfortable by doing something I was terrified of in the beginning. I was scared to death of losing any money because I couldn't afford to lose any bit of it. And when my first trade was instituted in an orange juice option and I lost 50% of it, $750 overnight waking up and it's less than you had in your account. That's traumatizing for me. Like, I was a young guy and didn't come from anything. And I really was baptized in the most appropriate manner possible. I was not rewarded. I was not rewarded for dumb shit. Stupidity should be painful. And it was. And I learned from that. I waited the rest of that year, didn't do anything. I saved up money. I said, okay, I need to know what the hell I did wrong because somebody just took $750 out of me. Somebody took $750. I need to learn what they did so that way I can do the same thing. I need a victim. And before I can become a victim, or before I can find a victim, I have to stop being a victim and become an apex predator. So my mindset was looking at all the adversities that I was feeling at the time. I might never get this. This is going to be harder than I thought. It's going to take longer than I. See, you think I didn't have all those same thoughts you're feeling right now that you've been wrestling with for months, maybe longer.